Hi, Deborah Borchardt here at Wall Street Confidential. I am talking with Jim Cramer, and the big story today, of course, is Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. But there are different bits into this story that we can really start to talk about and play on, and I think one of them is the mortgage securitization market. That these companies were known for packaging the mortgages and then selling them.
Right.
And the Treasury's saying they're going to go in and buy a bunch.
Well, I would tell you that there's two parts to Fannie and Freddie, and only one part is really good for everybody else. I mean, Fannie and Freddie, when they went out of control, they were buying mortgages for their own portfolio, and that was a bad business. And that's where they lost all the money. And the other part of the business is they package and sell, and they pick up a guarantee fee of around 0.25 on everything, which is a really lucrative business. That's why I don't want to totally write off buying Fannie and Freddie. So what I would tell you is this. The big winners here are Wells Fargo and Bank of America. They will be able to underwrite a lot and then sell it to Fannie at a higher price than they would normally. Fannie's no longer Fannie's no longer crowding out the market. And those are the biggest beneficiaries. I now want to upgrade another one besides Bank of America and J.P. Morgan, Bank of America, U.S. Bancorp have been big, and then Wells Fargo. But I think now Wachovia. Because Wachovia, around what you just said, Wachovia can now securitize all of its bad mortgages, and I might want a shot at buying those.
What about like Credit Suisse, Deutsche Bank, or even Lehman? I mean, would these...
Lehman is no good. Lehman's no good because of commercial real estate. They should have sold the company. The stock is down today because Dick Folt didn't leave. He fired more people. People are really beginning to feel very Washington Mutual about that. I think there's some value, but they need to sell it.
But the big winners here off of this play then are...
You really want to buy Wachovia. You really want to buy Bank of America. You know, Bank of America is going to make a fortune. I want to apologize to Ken Lewis. I had felt that he initially paid too much for Countrywide. The second half of Countrywide was going to be pretty good. He can now he's written down the mortgages from Countrywide to colossal levels. He now can give the mortgage principal a 20% haircut and sell it to the FHA. And the government's going to be redoing all the mortgages that it owns now and be able to make it so that they go from being exotic to 30-year fixed. They take a 20% haircut. The U.S. taxpayer doesn't know the difference. So, I mean, there's a lot of winners here. I want to also address the notion on our site. There's a lot of people who were very negative about the situation coming into today and remain very negative. And, that's a classic bad thing to do as a money manager. A lot of times I would have made a thesis. My thesis would be it really doesn't matter what changes. It's still negative. That's bad investing. Okay, what happens is you have a thesis and you constantly challenge it with the facts. The facts overwhelm the thesis this weekend. I think that's really important for everybody to know. One other thing that's an idea is maybe you buy the Fannie Mae preferred at 4, just as a kind of put it away for a spec.
Buy the Fannie Mae
There's
preferred. There's a lot of word that there's no that with this deal that there's no addressing the preferred that they feel.
If we get house price appreciation, every one of their loans is written up.
Okay.
I want a piece of that.
Okay, thank you, Jim. There's apparently a silver lining in the Fannie Mae Freddie Mac debacle.
The only ones that are bad are the community banks that own the paper.
Thank you. Stay tuned for more at thestreet.com TV.